Okay guys, this is the beginning of my trip to hike Mount Whitney. I'm at the visitor center now and up in Lone Pine, California. Mount Whitney is right in front of me here. I'm looking at it on the other side here, but the first thing I have to do is I have to get a permit. To hike Mount Whitney you have to get a permit, and the ironic part is you have to enter a lottery now to go in the permit. I did that about in March. And I believe it was March, I submitted my name, and they don't let you know until about a couple months later. And so last year when I submitted my name for the lottery, I didn't get it. I wanted to take this hike last year, but I didn't get it. So this year I submitted my name, and sure enough my name came up. And this is a solo hike. This is just me, myself, hiking Mount Whitney. It'll be on my own, no guides, no group. And this is also my first hike. For those of you that know my schedule, if I have to, something like this comes up, I have to jump on it. I have to do it, get it done, and then move on to something else. But anyway, so this is the visitor center right here in Lone Pine, and I have to go inside right now and get my my permit to hike. Okay guys, I just left the visitor center, and there was quite a line there, quite a few hikers going up there. Most of these are for today. These hikers are going to be hiking today. This is my first day here, so I will be hiking tomorrow. So I'm getting here a day early. I'm going to be up at the mountain to acclimate myself in a little while here. But anyway, this is my permit. This is what you have to get in advance. This is my permit to hike Mount Whitney. You have to go through the lotto, and like I said, last year I didn't get it. I didn't get it on the lotto, but this year I did. I got it. So I got my permit. I'm official. I'm all good to go. They give you just a little more paperwork too when you're at the visitor center before you start your hike, and they also give you a wag bag. And what that is it's every bit of waste that you bring up to Mount Whitney, you have to bring back down and throw it away. This is when you have to go, when nature calls, when you have to go number 2, and you have to bundle this up, pack it up, and then when you come back down the mountain, you have to throw it away, dispose of it properly. Anyway, I'm gonna head towards. I'm staying at a hotel. I'm gonna stay at a hotel here in Lone Pine, and then I will be working my way up towards Mount Whitney. So anyway, I'm gonna head to the hotel right now. Okay, guys, I'm here at the hotel that I'm staying in. It's called the Lone Pine Budget Inn. Anyway, that's it off to the side there. And I don't know if you can see behind me, that's Mount Whitney. That's what I'm gonna be hiking up. It looks pretty formidable. It looks pretty high, but I'm going for it. I'll be staying at the hotel for 2 nights. I got here a day early. I'm gonna go up to Mount Whitney Portal, and I'm gonna go acclimate myself to the mountain. So I'm gonna stay up here the whole day, and then tomorrow I'm gonna take my hike. Okay guys, this is I just got off of Whitney Portal Road, and Whitney Portal Road ends right here. This is as far as it goes. You can drive up to this point, and to get to the top of Mount Whitney, you got to hike the rest of the way. This is the entrance right here. This little gateway right here is you're at the beginning right here. Now, like I said, this is my day before. I'm not going to hike till tomorrow. I'm going to be hiking extremely early in the morning, taking off early. But it's beautiful up here right now. And I'm seeing some of the hikers that are coming down, that have gone to the top and are hiking back down now, coming back up down here. They're wearing their backpacks, and like I said, it's a beautiful day out here. I can't wait till tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to leave extremely early in the morning, so early that it's going to be pitch dark. I'm going to be hiking through here at night. So anyway, I look forward to it. Okay, it's still the day before I do my hike. What I've done is I've gone to Whitney Portal, and what I'm doing is I'm acclimating myself because my hike is tomorrow. So I want to get my my body, my lungs, my heart, everything acclimated for tomorrow's hike. And what I've done now, you can see the mountains here in the background. I've hiked up just intentionally for about a mile. I'm a mile up the hill, up the Whitney Trail, and I'm going to probably just leave it at that. I feel pretty good. I feel like I could go a lot longer, but keep in mind, a mile is nothing. A mile is short compared to the 22 miles that I'm going to have to hike with a backpack on. It's 22 miles up and back, so I'm going to have a long way to go. But like I said, what I'm doing now the day before is I'm acclimating myself. I'm actually hitting the actual Whitney Trail, and I'm kind of just sightseeing. I'm up here now about a mile. I'm looking down and I'm checking it all out. There's a nice breeze. It's beautiful up here. Today I'm told that there potentially may be a chance of storms up here. That's something the other hikers here have to deal with. Tomorrow I'm told it's supposed to be clear, so that's perfect timing. Tomorrow should be good for me on Sunday. And like I said, I'll be leaving extremely early in the morning. We're talking, how early? We're talking about 2 a.m. I'm going to be leaving, and so we're talking full gear, flashlights, everything. And I'm going to hit the trail, so I'll be walking at night. Man, once again, it's beautiful up here. I look forward to it. The only thing I'll miss when it's dark is I'll miss a lot of the trail. I won't be able to see as much other than what's in front of me with my flashlight until sunup. When sun comes up, then I can get some more pictures and maybe video some more too. But anyway, right now I'm just acclimating myself and killing time. I'll be staying here. I'm going to stay up here at Whitney Portal all day today, and I'm going to just keep acclimating myself for the hike tomorrow. And then later on today, towards the evening, I'll go back to my hotel in Lone Pine, get a good night's sleep, and then I'll be out here at 2 a.m. or approximately right in there. Okay, I'm still at Whitney Portal. It's the day before I take my hike, but there's, for the most part, when you're driving up here, there's really nothing. I mean, it's just all forest and a few campsites and stuff like that. What's cool is I was kind of hungry, and I didn't realize they got the Whitney Portal store, and it's a store and a restaurant all in one. They got food here. They serve breakfast, they serve hamburgers for lunch, stuff like that. But it's pretty cool. It's right over there. I don't know if you can see it over my shoulder, but it's called the Whitney Portal store, and I'm gonna go get me some right now. Okay, time for the weigh-in. Let's see. It's about 17 pounds. Okay, as I'm acclimating myself up here, I'm checking out some of the scenes and up here at Whitney Portal. And what's pretty cool is they got a little lake right here at Whitney Portal. I mean, a tiny lake. The water flows in it from that waterfall right here. And the kids here fish out of this lake. I've been watching them, and they've been pulling out, not big fish, but small fish. And it's pretty cool. These kids are all having a lot of fun here, fishing on the lake. Oh man, I hope you guys can see that. The waterfalls up here. It is so cool. It's amazing. I didn't know this was up here. All this stuff's new to me. I've never been up here. So once again, as I acclimate myself hanging out up here at Whitney Portal, I'm finding stuff that I didn't even know was up here. But check out those falls. That is so cool. That is so nice. People up there taking pictures. Okay guys, I told myself I'd leave at 2 a.m. and I hope you can see me on the video camera. It's 2 a.m. and it's pitch dark out here. It's actually 1:47, so I'm gonna leave a few minutes early. But anyway, I'm starting my hike right now. Wish me luck. Okay guys, I made it. I'm at the top of Mount Whitney. My voice is hoarse. It's windy and it's dry up here, and there's kind of a cool, cold wind up here at the top of Mount Whitney. This is just wild. I've never seen anything like this. I'm gonna pan around with the camera so you can see what I'm seeing, and it's just wild. Okay, so I conquered Mount Whitney, and I'm tired. I'll tell you what, I am really tired. And the good part is I conquered Mount Whitney. I got it done. The bad news is I still got to hike all the way back down. Okay, a quick shout out to my mom, Zulema Picasso Maldonado, my wife, Rita Maldonado, my daughters, Valerie Maldonado, Rebecca Maldonado, and Maya Maldonado. Just remember your name was mentioned up here at the highest point in the United States. I gotta run. I gotta get down. I gotta get down this mountain. I am just ecstatic. I am having so much fun. Okay guys, okay, my hike is done. Today is the next day, the day after I took my hike. If you're wondering how I feel pretty good. I'm pretty sore. Of course, my legs are hurt. They're sore. Nothing bad. I'm just sore, and I'm sore with my shoulders from the backpack. But I will tell you, I did take 2 Advil this morning and I generally don't take any of that stuff, but to feel a little better. But I feel great right now. It feels like that kind of soreness that you'll have for a day or two, and then it just goes away. But other than that, I'm great. I'm in good shape. Quick conclusion, if I had to do anything different on this hike, there wasn't a lot of things, but I will tell you I did handle this meticulously. I planned over months to do this. I knew it was going to be solo. I knew it was going to be on my own, so safety was crucial. I knew I had to pay for some equipment, some hiking shoes, and I of course had to pay for my hotel and all that. So if you're doing all that, I would say take all the precautions you can and plan and be ready for this. But the only thing I would do different is I would have packed my backpack a little bit lighter. Mine was recorded at the weigh-in at 17 pounds. I probably could have left some bottled waters out. To be exact, I had 4 Gatorades and I had 2 bottled waters. Just the typical kind you buy in the store. And I also brought, of all things, I brought my tripod. For some reason, I thought that I was going to have time and I was going to be able to record all this stuff. As you see based on the video, I didn't do a lot of video recording. And once I was on the mountain, I told myself I was going to video while I was hiking, and that didn't work out. Like I said, safety was crucial. I mean, because there are edges you walk along that there are only literally inches, and you got a several 1,000-foot drop, and you want to pay attention to that. So I eventually said, put away my cameras and everything, and focus on the mountain. So I would probably lighten up on the. Some hikers say you should just bring a filter and don't put all the weight of the water in your backpack, all those bottled waters, because it makes the backpack lighter. It's kind of like one of those things, to each his own. I was told that too before I left. I studied it, but I finally concluded I'm just going to get me those 4 Gatorades and 2 bottled waters and pack them in. But it turned out I didn't even need that much. I only drank. I drank 2 Gatorades and 1 bottle of water, and that was it. I thought I was going to drink a lot more. Everybody's different on that. I know some people are constantly drinking and they just can't get enough. That some people like myself don't need a lot of water. I don't know why that is. It just is. I had one. What's interesting, I had one mountaineer coming down the hill, and he was telling me he had gone to Whitney Portal. He actually started on the John Muir route from Sequoia National Park going up. He went to Mount Whitney, and then he was coming back down. And he had a filter, and he was talking to me, and he said, you know what? He goes, hey, do you happen to know where a stream is so I can filter some water? He goes, I'm dry. He goes, I don't have any water. And I go, dude, it's probably another 2 hours down the hill, because he was on his way down. And but what I did is, because I needed to lighten my load, I said, hey, listen, here's a Gatorade and a water, and I gave it to him. And you should have seen his eyes light up. I mean, he was real thankful. So it did 2 things. It got him some fluids, and 2, it lightened up my load, and then I just went on. I kept on going up. I will tell you, it's not as easy as you think. I like to think I'm in pretty good shape, but there were 2 points when I thought I was going to give up and just come back, and I knew safety was paramount, because those of you that know me, I have a wife and daughters I take care of, and I can't just risk my life and fall off a cliff. So but the first time was right after I got to the top of the switchbacks. I started feeling some elevation sickness, and I had to make a decision. I had to go, you know what, do I go back down the hill and give up, or do I try plan B. And plan B to me was, okay, I'm going to take a couple of Advil, and I'm going to eat some food, and I'm going to drink some water, and I'll see how I feel. And I didn't want to waste any time, but at that point I go, I have no choice. So I used my backpack as a pillow, and I laid there. And I laid on my back, and I just sat there for a half hour. I laid there. And then after a half hour, I felt great. I don't know, it was just luck, I guess. But anyway, I felt really good, so I got back on, put my backpack back on, and I kept on hiking. The second time I felt like giving up was about the last 2,000 feet. I was about 13,000 feet high. And, or no, I was about 12,000 feet high. And it was those last 2,000 feet that just kill you if you're not a regular mountaineer and you're not up there all the time. Anyway, I was, like when I'm in the valley, I can go maybe, 6 miles hiking or walking, and I'm kind of winded, but I could go again if I had to. But here, when I got to about those last 2,000 feet, it seemed like every 100 yards that I would move, I was winded. I was breathing hard. And I mean, I was like sometimes bent over, and I was just going, man, I don't know if I could take it. There was one mountaineer that walked by, and I go, you know what, I'm thinking about giving up. I go, I'm getting pretty winded here. And well, I'm glad I talked to him, because he was pretty motivational. He was like, you know what, I remember my first time, it was like that. He goes, you just got to kind of gut it out. And he goes, unless you physically feel like, you're like, if you're getting sick, throwing up or whatever, then yeah, you're gonna have to turn around and get down to reduce the elevation. But I was just exhausted, is what it was. So anyway, I decided to do that. Probably about every 100 yards, I would stop. I would take a breather, about 10 or 15 seconds. I'd stop, and then I would go on. So there were 2 instances that I thought about giving up, but fortunately I didn't, and I made it to the top. If I had to recommend someone doing it, I would say do it. I would say it's a lot of fun, whether you do it and you enjoy it and want to do it again, or even if you do it, at least you could say, I conquered Mount Whitney. I did it. I would recommend it. And I'm 48 years old, so if I can do it, you can do it. And anyway, that's it, my conclusion. And I had a great time. And one more off my bucket list, so I'm good.